Hello everyone, welcome all of you to the stream. We are going to have two matches today. The first one being Igor Eged from Slovakia against Min. His full name is Nguyễn Minh. He's a young Vietnamese player. He's only 16 years old, but he's actually talented. So I believe that he does have a chance against the experienced Slovak player, and I'm really curious about this match in particular. And also there will be another match 2 hours later at 6 p.m. Central European Time. Kacper Wojtyła from Poland is going to play against Petr Žižka from Czech Republic with the same rules, and that match should be just as exciting. So about Igor and maybe some of his blitz records. He has participated in all seasons of the online Gomoku World Blitz Cup, which was started in 2017. He reached first the top 2, the next time top 24, then top 16, and in the last edition in 2021 he was even in the top 6, which is not just an improving performance but also it's very inspiring. And yes, it's of course true that it does matter which opponents you can get and what's your line, but when you reach the top 6, it's speaking for itself. Definitely some skill is involved. It's undoubted. Actually, talking about style, I'm not sure what the players are going to show us today, but Igor knows a lot of different openings. He can play in from different starting positions. He likes to use schemes, especially in live tournaments. Bunglama is the nickname of Nguyen Kong Min, so I'm just going to keep calling him Bunglama because that's how I know him. He also likes to use a lot of schemes, so maybe we are going to see some theory battles, but also there's a good chance for some positional battles from corner openings or edge openings. And the match should start very soon when both players took their seats. Let me just copy paste for me also the rules. I hate that it's jumping back all the time. Okay, it's not gonna work. Never mind, I will just type it. So, first game. Finally, we could begin the match. A little positional battle, a lot of horse-shaped moves. They are both trying to create some threats. Rather, Igor is dictating in the position and Min is defending. Most likely k4 is coming. No, Igor decided to be more cautious and moved I6. And now he tries to continue his attack on k10. Let's see how Min reacts to that. Okay, very cautious play. So I7 here means that I10 is going to follow, most likely, yes. And that also means that If I was to play this position, I would now very much favor black, because on the long run I think black has more chances. But that's all. Igor has a significant time advantage. He is trying to defend some lines, but by doing so, he is giving extra stones to his opponent. Now he tried h10 to block the position, and it comes out good for him because with the combination of using the 4, he actually managed to draw the position, although black still does have chances for attack, but Min has only 4 seconds left. Igor has 25. That's a very significant difference. Most likely, what I'm guessing is we are going to see a time win. This is too big of a difference. It can most likely not be held. And there's a mistake in time trouble. Igor wins the first game. I don't know how I should write it. I will go with idiots. Okay, scheme and a swap too. Actually, I did not quite catch who opened, but I'm thinking it was Min. So Igor is trying to do something here. I think choosing black was rather quick from Min. I myself have played similar games with Igor. He's good at coming back from such positions. He has some experience in it. So you would need to be sharp, but he's also not going for the win just yet. He's rather trying to balance the position. And a very nice attacking move from the young Vietnamese player. It's actually quite creative. And Igor played a losing move. Here there's a 2-move combination. It's very easy to see, and soon the score should be 1-1. Way to go. Another corner opening. Min chooses white. An immediate reaction by Igor. Let's see how this game goes. And that looks just fine. Okay, no direct attacks. Both of them are rather trying to be cautious in the beginning. Black, which is Igor, tries to attack. Maybe, probably, he saw that he has, 1, an opportunity to do so. 2, if he starts defending, he might not be able to hold it for too long. Okay, white is trying to create something. If white goes directly, there is definitely not enough space. So maybe white should change tactics. And that's an overlining by Igor. Min is low on time once again. Igor seems to be a little too fast for him. And that's just unnecessarily forced way of playing. And there's a VC up. And Igor plays it, so the score becomes 2-1 in his favor. Okay. A tricky opening by Min, a swap 2 by Igor. And Min chooses white. Let's see how he plans to solve this position. Actually, h5 is likely to come. It looks solid and he does play it. Well, what can black do now? This position looks awfully white to me. And this is the moment when white should try and take his chances. Go try to find a win. Well, I7 should come, but Min is gonna be low on time again. This position is not as simple as one may think it is. Actually, that's a really good move. That's a good style the young player is trying to play in. I really like it, but he has to be fast enough to be able to finish it. He has a win now. 2 moves. 3 if Igor will play the 4. But it's a white win position. Okay. Equal score. Once again. So both players have won their own openings so far. Wow, very fast moves right now. Confident moves. So what's the catch? C4 is incoming. No. No. Why not? Now it's black win. But the win is missed. There was a win if he played c4 and then just here and have a win on e2 as well as on c6. But it was missed. So now perhaps the best he can do is continue with some positional attack. The flag is still up for black, but he needs some wide offense, like going for g10 or something wider like i9. He chose i7, which is also not bad, and this move is also not bad, but the continuation is going to be a bit complicated, I think. There are some really nice lines, but it still is very complicated, especially knowing how much he tends to be slow on making moves. So actually the win now, there are several ones. but the traditional one, yes, k6. Okay, Igor played a series of fours to try and block his opponent, but it will either ways be a win position. Very creative moves. Notice how he's playing indirect moves. It's very good to see that someone will be playing indirect moves like that. So Min is going to take the lead if only he is not running out of time. So as we, at least those who are familiar with the player, know, he is good when it comes to attacking, only a bit slow, and sometimes he tends to be inaccurate in finishing. But overall, he's actually really talented. You can see yourselves how threatening those moves were, and how much he was aware of the fact that he has to attack in that position. The young player definitely has some good potential. He's only 16 years old still, so he still has a lot of time as well to improve his skills. But now, let's see Igor's attack. Let's see what he can do on the attacking front. He can indeed be very creative also. Wow, that's a little cruel. Without hesitation. And Nguyen Min just went straight for the attack. He was not even thinking for a second about what he has to do there. So the best move would be this one here, because if a block is here, then it's still a VC up. This is also looking good. Let me check real quick. Yes, this is also winning. So Min is very creative. He's playing good moves, being indirect. I love it. I really enjoy the way he plays. It's a good match so far. Okay, I would favor white in this position. It seems that white has control overall. But let's see what the players will make out of it. There is only 10 stones on the board, so nothing is decided yet. He can decide whether he wants to go and attack here. Okay, maybe not yet. He chose maybe a less offensive way. And then he goes back to defense. And probably that's a good decision. So now they will have to fight for the initiative first, and then trying to create something. Some basic moves by black. Igor says, I'm not scared. Igor is very fast. Maybe he should slow down a bit. Think through the positions just a little more, you know. and Min should maybe sometimes be less aggressive. Because right now, I think in this game he over-attacked. Okay, what do we have here? I don't see a winning line. I would probably move to g4 now. Okay, that looks like a mistake, yes. But it was defendable. And Igor saw it very well. So it was not a mistake. It was calculated. And it looks like Igor's plan actually succeeded. Oh, and that's a panic block by Black. Black should have attacked here. Okay, these are panic blocks. Instead of trying to actually win the position, they are trying not to lose on time, at least Black. And Igor is trying to pressure him so that he would lose on time, which is not a bad tactics. And it might happen as well, because Igor is a fast player. But that is a mistake. That's another mistake. Another mistake. And eventually White is winning the game. There were a few mistakes in the end, but Igor's pressure cracked Min. Thus, he took his third point. And now the scoreline is 3-4 for Min. Okay, this actually does look very intriguing. So the openings are the same for a few games. I think this is the third game Min decides to use this opening. And this is probably, yes, the third variant of Swaptus that Igor is experimenting with. And so far this looks like the one that could be the most successful. Although the G9 is actually very good. It does look really good. But so does the J9 by Igor. It also looks really good. I'm wondering what's just gonna happen from this game. Those were really creative moves, especially the J9 by White. Igor found it really quickly. And now he has a win on the board, and undoubtedly he's going to find it. Thus, he's going to tie the score. And after 8 games, we have 4-4. Well done, guys. Okay, a little passive move there. D6 is passive, I think too much. Thus, Black should be a bit out of position and White should get the control in around 8 to 10 moves. White should manage to surround his opponent and build up a position from which he can attack. But I think that was not the best move there. Okay, so right now, what's the best way to play this? I'm thinking that it should be blocked from the left side because of possible counterattacks. Oh, that is not the left side. Okay, now just f8, right? He should play, yes, he played f8. Oh, I absolutely forgot about that line. I mean, why would he not play the 4 first? Does not make sense to me. He really should have played that 4. But why block there? Why are the players not wanting to play on e7? What is the reason behind that? I don't understand that now. Also, that move has no realistic chances. I mean, it's just a win now. So Igor is going to actually turn it around, and from being down by 2 points, he is taking over the lead now. So this is the 10th game of this tournament. Interesting. What is Igor gonna do here? What's his next move? Interesting. What is Igor gonna do here? What's his next move? I'm sorry, I accidentally unmuted the stream. I was just gonna have a look at the chat. Well, this looks like white will not have anything, which will mean that black is gonna kind of surround it. I mean, why move to L8? Why not block up? And that H5 is rather desperate. Yes, J12 is absolutely fine to begin an attack. It's a good idea by Min. Let's see what he can achieve with it. Oh, that's awfully creative. I was not even thinking of that. And it even looks winning. Like easily. What a winning move by the young Vietnamese player. Outstanding. Okay, so they continue from 5-5. Let's see. Black should be careful in this position, I think. Actually, both colors should be careful. It looks awfully tricky. Maybe just simply e7? Okay, no. He thinks d6 is better. Is he gonna try and attack somewhere now? Or yes, yes he will. Of course he will. He always tries an attack, but I think it was too early now. I think he should have played something more positional. Cause okay, that was so unnecessary. Why? I would definitely just play f3. And he plays j7 now, after unnecessarily giving some extra stones to his opponent in the corner. Igor is playing d4 to prepare c8, because without d4 there was a chance to block with a combination on d2 and d5. Now that combination is not alive anymore. And Igor is trying to take control of this game. Actually, he can very well attack, and he does see that. So the 3 here is not alive because of a possible overline from c3. And both players see it, that's really good. But also white remains in the attack. That's not really the best move, is it? Well, he could have just played the 4. And he's blocking? Why? What is happening? Why do you start blocking in that position? No, come on. Attack! There's nothing. Black is bluffing. There's an open 3 now. And it's not being blocked? Okay. Now it was played. That was interesting. A little bit of panic in time trouble. Wow. Okay. Okay, that's very tricky. What's gonna happen now? What is going to happen? Okay, what moves next? What comes next? I'm interested. I have for sure seen easier positions. Okay, I'm not sure that the best line was played here. But let's just see how it continues. Black is thinking. Decides to go for e10, block in the middle, which is a good decision. Now what? Maybe a block on d10 is coming. I don't know. No, that's quickly losing. So then f9. But that's also quickly losing. What's not losing there? I don't see a move that's not losing. Okay. And now a short combination on d10, d13, d11 and c11. There's a short win. And Min is playing it, so he is going to equalize the score. Interesting. Okay. And Min chooses black in this opening. I would choose white always. This doesn't look too black to me. But also my first move would be e5. but yet seems to do quite well with his d5. He is at the moment surrounding his opponent. Probably g4 is coming, yes, based on his style, rather cautious approach. Now, oh wow, that's very bold. I think that I7 is just wow. That's I don't even know what to call it. Very optimistic for sure. And maybe it's gonna work for him. I don't know, but that was bold. Okay, what's next? Going for a defensive move, or you will attack? You should attack. Yes, that's a fine starter. Okay, now there's a short combination of moves to win. He has to begin here on f7 and then just use this line to build a VCF. Igor is calculating, I'm sure he's counting this win and is more than likely to find it. The actually mean is not even blocking the tree. So once again the lead at Igor. Same scheme another time. Okay. Now this Raptor looks white. Isn't e7 enough to win this game? Okay, he actually played it. I was expecting him to play it. Now black has to, I don't know, get very creative on the defensive line. Because he does not dwell in options. Okay, he tries to make it complicated by playing f5. Sorry, e5. But now Min has to find a way to win this game. Is he going to be able to find a win? Or he is going to play unnecessary 4s and 3s? Wow. It appears to me that Igor succeeded. Because there is no longer a direct winner. I mean, I do see something, but it's a long shot rather. With the involvement of e3, there is a diagonal line here, as you can see. That was rushed and he missed an open tree again. Actually, there was a white win after all, but it was complicated. And in time trouble, Min failed to find it. On top of that, he missed to block an open tree, thus lost the game, and now Igor is leading by 2 points. This game currently is looking drawish, but it's very early to say anything like that. Okay, so maybe black can start attacking now on maybe g4, but black is rather cautious, although Min prefers to attack first. That's why I was expecting him to do so. Oh, and that's just extremely interesting. After I6, an immediate block on J7 followed, whilst I think White should have attacked on G11. I think that was a rushed decision. But so does all the other moves now feel like. Okay, so what's the plan here? I'm thinking more defensive moves to come. I mean, he's low on time again. Igor is surrounding him. He's gonna run out of time. Okay, let's see what he can do. Can he do something there in the corner? There should not be any sort of win. Yes, very unlikely. Alright. Okay, tricky. But he's gonna run out of time in the end. Yes, Igor is leading by 3 points now. The score is Igor Eged 9 and Nguyễn Công Minh 6 after 15 games. No draws so far. Okay, they continue. Looks like his connection stabilized. He quickly chose black there. I'm thinking that maybe a little bit more thinking would not hurt in such positions. Okay, right now it awfully looks like this line was intact. The K11 line was intact. So why did it not get played? Because he was not thinking. Now, it's very likely that Igor with white is going to crush him. So, just to confirm myself, the scoreline is 9-6 for Igor Eged. The Slovakian player is very well taking advantage of his experience and using that against the young player, exploiting his lack of experience. Okay, what's next? Maybe F12 is coming. There's a good chance. Yes, but it seems like it's too slow. Pause, there's no win. Which means he's gonna have some problems. Okay, he's at 4 seconds now, but Igor's position is a win position, so yes, He could not solve the position, and Igor confidently takes the point home. Another similar style corner opening. This time Min chooses black. Proceeds from the corner. Okay. It looks like the Vietnamese player is getting tired. He began the match with some very good combinations, some really good indirect attacks, but now he's less creative. He's making more of these typical blocker moves, which is not gonna help him. So that was not smart, because he should have played d3 first, because then c2 is forced. And again, this i6, it's kinda becoming infamous. But white is gonna dominate this game. Most likely win it. If white is playing properly. This move serves a threat for this line. And now there is a continuation there, and it looks awfully dangerous. Okay, there is a win now. And Igor takes another win. And it's 11-6. This is the largest lead in this match so far. Remember how it was equal up until 6-6, and now Igor has won 5 games in a row. Now let's see what Min can do there. There is a chance to attack, but it's not a super easy one. Okay, probably I would have tried something similar. That was my first idea as well. But yes, G12 is just screwing it up. Maybe there's a possible continuation with E11 and then E13. But he decides to only play E13. Is that good? Okay, it doesn't look bad, because maybe now. Yes. Yes, it definitely does not look too bad. But I would have still played E11 first. Now white is just gonna attack. Will black try something? Or accept his fate? Looks like he does not want to accept anything like that. He wants to apply pressure. But can he? Down to 5 seconds now, trying to find something down in the corner. But could not. Defensive moves are following. Okay. Is he gonna time out? No, Igor is time. Wow. Igor ran out of time. That's unexpected. So Igor was expecting some kind of little nudge that please make a move. And now look at how angry he is that he lost on time. He's going all out attack against Wungame. The young Vietnamese is falling victim to Igor's murderous, vicious rage. It seems like he calmed down now because he played a passive move, which allows Min to come back to the game, play something defensive. Probably best he could do now is to play this 3. Okay, that's just not the way to go. Because there's a simple attack here, which results in white win. But Igor decides to defend, okay, wow. Totally unexpected. Maybe he's gonna overline, yes. That was to be expected, and now probably gonna move here. I mean, why would he not? And now, this move has to come because nothing else really makes sense. Besides g4. Okay. Igor should try to attack and find a win. He is doing that. But not a direct move. Yes, black can go back to attacking. And has to try and find something. But oh gee, that's not really a good it's not good. You ran out of time. Okay, so the score is 12-7. Interesting. But 5 points difference is perfectly enough for Igor. Because if the games keep going like this, he is going to win the match. And that's a good move by white. Black played the most probably only possible move. That's not a good move by white. And black should have played the line which leads to e8. to somehow try and come back to this game. I think there were some mistakes now. But let's see how it goes. That was the expected line. What's the play now? Okay, some wide moves by White. Black is very low on time. I think Igor is gonna win on time again. If he just can't find a win until then. He does have a VCF. Will he find it? The VCF is there, okay. He plays a VCT. It's equally good for him. So the score becomes 13-7 after 20 games. There's no break. They continue playing. I'd like to take the opportunity and remind you that the next match will be played in 45 minutes, which is probably around 20-30 minutes after this match finishes, depending on how this game uh, evolves. I think Min got tired. The quality of his moves is just not as good as it was. Igor has a short win, but he fails to see it. It was just b7 and then a win on the c column by 3 times 3. Okay, that's another mistake because there was a win on b4, but Igor blocks again, which allows Min to defend the position, which this time he successfully does. However, White still remains in the attack. Okay. Right. Min used history on the below parts to block a winning option on the left hand side, which I will not go into explaining because the game is over in a second. Another mistake in time travel. So Min decides he indeed needs a break. Okay, so the players are back from their breaks, and so am I. So the match continues from the score of 14-7, if I'm not mistaken. Yes. Once again, this scheme, and this should be white by f4, I think. It's also looking like a good move. Can that work? It's rather a long shot. Yes, that's the proper way to play it, d7, if anything. Wow, that's unexpected. And I don't think in a good way. Igor is taking his time now, not rushing, which is by all means a great decision. He rather took his time to find the win. Now he has to play c7. Or alternatively f5 is also winning. He decides to play f5. Min is thinking, but there's no defense here. Maybe Min should think of a different opening, because this is really not helping him. Igor is only 4 points away from the final victory. So just for the record, Min is from Vietnam. It's 30 minutes till midnight there, so it's kinda late. But he's used to playing a lot of games at night. So it's not like it's unusually late for him. I rather think that this is his first match, like, ever, and he's just not really used to how exhausting such matches can be. Okay, this looks like Black has some sort of control here, and I think Black should play h4 maybe, and then think of an attack. Okay, I don't think that was a good move, h7, but I also don't think h5 was a good answer to it. I would have played h8. Let's see. Let's see what these players are thinking about. Probably g5 is coming from Igor, as g5 forces g3 because of the diagonal from e4. Okay, he decides to not do that. I'm not sure why. Oh man, that's just losing, isn't it? I mean, G2 was winning, wasn't it? No, actually G2 wasn't winning, but G5 was. Well, anyways, Min loses on time. Okay, Min is trying to attack here. G7 is not a bad idea at all. But now he has to be careful. I think that J3 is a bit out of position. Now a comfortable counter move would be L7 for black. Let's see if Igor plays it. No, he says he rather wants to play I8 and only attack later. Maybe R7 comes now. Okay, still defending a bit. But now F9 is looking good for white to start something. I prefer similar attacks as Min is doing here, but I would start with E8, which was his second move. But it does look good still. So now he should go to G9. He does not want to, but I think he should have. Okay, that's just a mistake because it's a one move win on G11. But Igor did not play it for some reason. It seems like he missed it or misclicked, but the laughing emoji tells me he simply missed it. That's what I'm thinking based on the laughing emoji. And Igor resigns from the game. Wow, that was interesting. Min chooses to be black in this position, which I absolutely don't understand why. There's no reason why someone would want to be black in this position. It's just a free win for white. I think he starts to realize very soon that this was a very bad idea. Igor is a few moves away from his next win. For some reason, he seems to choose the longest route ever. Again, as always. And I just can't really understand why. But so be it if he wins, right? I am really not understanding what Igor is doing now. Okay, he wins it in the end. There was a point where I was thinking that maybe he's going to mess it up, but eventually he did win it. And the score is 17-8 in favor of the Slovakian player. I really hope that in next seasons of WBC competitions we will see more from the Vietnamese player, more of him, because I think that he actually is talented, and in especially the first 8-10 games here showed some really good level, some really creative moves. and good gameplay. So I have high hopes about him. Let's see what Igor can do with this position. It looks like it's a white win. Don't see a move that would prevent white from winning. Only see options to delay the unavoidable. Actually, I think that f4 was the best move for black. That looked like the most complicated one. Now simply just go to e5, but Min decides to use a different line, and Igor eventually resigns in his own way. Although there is a resign button, Igor is just lazy to use it. These openings are looking chilled to me, almost as if Igor was like, I have already won this match, sorry. Why would I be playing normal openings? Now that's a little aggressive, is it? Or good? Yes, it should be good because of the cut, yes. Now it does look good, but it only is as good as a possible continuation is. Right now, there is not that much of a continuation. Unless he uses the fours. I mean h2, f2. No, okay, there's nothing. There's just nothing. So he has to block and find a way to escape from that position, which seems rather unlikely. So maybe he could just go to m6 and use h2 to block, but that's not the way, and that is losing quickly. So Igor is one win away, or two draws away, but I don't think we are gonna see any draw games tonight. Okay, this looks good for white, but not dreadful for black. Actually, k7 is not really the best move here. It's just not aggressive enough. Okay, it's all about how you plan to continue now. Igor is doing the favor of being defensive. Instead of j8, he could have gone to g5, for example. But he is successfully defending, not making a mistake there. His time is about 1 minute. That's how fast he's playing. Just the first defensive move. And to be honest, I'm not convinced that is the way to go. But well, he did absolutely defend the position, and even though g9 is the only logical move in that position from white, Igor is surely going to win this game. even without attacking, because he is not attacking at all. He's just blocking everything. I really hope he's gonna make an attacking move right now. Yes. Yes, he did. So it does look like we're a few moves away from... Yes, okay, he even clocked out. Okay, so we're just gonna have the little summary here, and the summary is basically that the experienced Slovak, after all, confidently overcame his opponent in a match, even if he was struggling a bit to adapt in the first games, but then he found a way to confidently win this match. But definitely there is potential in the young Vietnamese player. So I hope we will see more matches like this. It helps both of them to improve a bit, gets the community closer, so on and so forth. And in 15 minutes, we are going to have the second match, which is going to be Kacper Wojtyła from Poland against Petr Žižka from the Czech Republic.